Welcome back to our YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me very fast to begin this analysis by giving you a very famous quote that you have heard before. That first they came for the socialist and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionist and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. That is a quote that you've heard before. And in case you're wondering why I have begun this quote, I have begun with this quote, I want you to listen keenly to Jimmy Wanjigi's daughter about the harrowing experience that they had yesterday with the mother and the grandmother, I think, in their house when the police went there terrorizing them.
So my mother and I were the only ones in the house, along with my grandmother. So they forcefully kicked down the door. My mom and I had our phones up. We were recording, and we were telling them, "Don't shoot us." We said, "Don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot," multiple times, and we were kicked and hit, and fell on the ground. And they were just trying to look for our phones and take our phones away. We were just trying to protect our home. They didn't have a warrant, they didn't have anything. We refused. We said we're not opening the door. They forcefully gained access and they abused us. It was quite a shocking experience.
Now, in case you're wondering what she is referring to, this is exactly how things went down.
Don't shoot me. Do not shoot me. Do not shoot me. Do not shoot. Do not shoot me. Do not shoot me in my house. Do not shoot me.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that was a very horrific experience. The question is, did you speak against it? Are you condemning it with the strongest terms that it deserves? Or you don't want to speak about it because your people were appointed into the cabinet? Or because your man is the deputy president? You're not speaking about it because you are part of the government. Are you speaking against it because you don't speak today, they will come for you and there will be no one to speak for you? Ladies and gentlemen, several leaders continue to visit Jimmy Wanjigi's home in Mudaiga, and they have one message that this kind of brutality is unacceptable. I saw Martha Karua and Eugene Omalwa do a tweet that they visited that place and they want to stand in solidarity with these people, with Jimmy Wanjigi. And I don't know why Jimmy Wanjigi is always at some point at loggerheads. The same thing happened during Uhuru regime when they said that Uhuru regime said that Jimmy Wanjigi had some illegal guns. Now remember Raila went there at night. Then one man who had promised that he would not use the police to terrorize and to intimidate those who are against his political ideologies was William Samoei Ruto. Now the same thing has happened. Let me ask you: does Jimmy Wanjigi warrant the kind of forceful, entry into his home, and then those people are brandishing the nozzle of the guns directly at a very young daughter and the mother there, and the mother keeps on, saying, "Please don't shoot at me." Because what if accidentally, because they had cocked it, if I'm not wrong, what if accidentally the guns blow out? It would kill them. What was Jimmy Wanjigi carrying that warranted those officers in their numbers pointing the guns at them? This must be condemned, whatever reason, ladies and gentlemen. It's unacceptable in a country. Is he a terrorist? Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know, but this is not the kind of government that we want This is not democracy. And then let us talk about the reason why Ruto's narrative cannot hold water. Because apparently we are told that Jimmy Wanjigi is part of the group that were and are planting and financing the Gen Z's protest. And that is the narrative that has been crafted, and now the bloggers, those who pro-Ruto bloggers, are spreading this narrative. But if you ask me, ladies and gentlemen, let me just ask you, from where you stand, do you buy that narrative? And I will tell you why I don't think this is true. One, the people who are sponsoring Gen Zs is now a moving target. Because at first, William Ruto told us that it was Uhuru Kenyatta and maybe Rigathi Gachagua. And that is why there are people, very senior members of Rigathi's staff, that have been questioned by the DCI. And they're saying that the deputy himself was planning to topple his boss's government. Then before we knew it, we were being told that the Ford Foundation, the American NGO, was responsible for sponsoring the Gen Z's protest. Now today, they're invading Jimmy Wanjigi's house. So who is who or which is which? And this is the reason why I'm telling you that even if it was true, no one can buy this story, because it's now a moving target. Who exactly is sponsoring the demonstrations? Number two, the person who was accused, Rigathi Gachagua, they are now tagging along with William Ruto. Today they are in Central. Look at this picture here. Is this the man who wanted to topple Ruto's government? They are now working together. Jimmy Wanjigi is the next victim now. They want to drive our attention from the main issues. That is it. And in fact, let me tell you, there's nothing that they will do to Wanjigi. They wanted, maybe, because I saw Jimmy Wanjigi is a lawyer, saying that they planted some guns, I think, because that is what they want. They planted some gun and they want to start crafting a few things are there. That Jimmy Wanjigi is the one. And all along, where have they been? These things only come when you disagree with the government. Now, the issues that were brought forward by Gen Zs are not only affecting their Gen Zs, but even the parents. In fact, if you talk to many parents, they tell me that I've allowed my children to go there. Let destiny decide what they want. Because you've got children in the house with certificates, not one. Someone has got a degree in this, what, higher diploma or what, and they can't get jobs. When they try their hands in the businesses, the business environment is just too bad. The investors are running away, courtesy of the high taxes, punitive taxes. And parents have decided, instead of looking at your child in the house and they tell you, let us go, we are going out there because we want to change this narrative, we want to force the government to listen to us, you tell them, may God bless you. And they even give them money. So the issue that Gen Z's talked about, inclusivity, eradicating corruption and wastage, telling William Ruto to stop listening to those institutions like the IMF, they're affecting everyone across board. And you cannot tell us that you are now harassing Jimmy Wanjigi because they are sponsoring Gen Z's. Okay, let's serve it. What is the loose nut that Ruto did not tighten that makes the Gen Zs to be vulnerable, to be financed? What is it? Because for someone to maybe sponsor Gen Zs, there's something that they saw. There's lack of employment. School fees at the college level, let me just talk from primary level, secondary, is just too exorbitant. Basic commodities have got their prices skyrocketing. We have government officials who are just thumping, and they have expensive watches. For someone to get a loophole to sponsor Gen Zs, there seems to be something that they're not doing. They have now recycled some politicians. And that is why I'm telling you that you cannot buy this narrative. Issues are being spoken about and William Ruto is not tackling them. You ask them to do this, he brings in Raila and he feels it's very safe. Raila joining the government is his personal opinion. But it does not cover exactly what people are talking about. Now, Raila went there too, and he wanted to stand in solidarity with Jimmy Wanjigi. I thought he would not, but it seems their friendship still remain. Since William Ruto is saying that someone wanted to topple his government, so where is this someone? Why can't they just arrest this person? Why harass people? There have never been any arrest, just harassment here and there. Who is this person who wanted to topple his government? Why can't we just have a serious arm of the government, arrest them, arraign them to court, prove beyond reasonable doubt? The reason why there have never been any arrest is because they know no one. They know that no one exactly wanted to topple the government. This was a narrative. I'm saying this because I believe if I was the president and you want to topple my government, I will deal with you. It is treasonable no matter who you are. Instead of arraigning some people in court, they want to take us round and round. First of all, William Ruto told us that there is this man who grabbed a gun from a police and shot people. Where is that man? He's not there. He called them thugs. Where are they? Even if you wanted to arrest Jimmy Wanjigi, must you go in that manner? You know where Jimmy is. Why can't you just call him summon him to a court of justice? Let him answer for the charges. We live in a country where politicians think that we are imbeciles. We cannot think. The real issues are still there. They are waiting for William Samoei Ruto. Whatever manner he wants to deal with it, if he's not going to get to the rock bottom of the issues, I can assure you they will resurface again and again. And the more he postpones, it will explode. We are not special. Bangladesh and Sri Lanka and Tunisia and talk of all those countries that have experienced revolutions. We are not special. God gives people just one chance. William Ruto is sitting at a historic moment to change his country. But what does he do? Escapism. Have formed a broad-based government. Why? Because of those 5 people he's included in the government. Speak against this, even if your members are in the cabinet. Speak against it, even if you have the deputy or the what or the ministers. Speak against it, because it is now against the journalists. It is against it. The brutality is meted on journalists, on civil rights activists, on everyone. Speak against it.